My greetings to you, brothers and sisters, on this fine Sunday. Now, I wanted to share a dream that I had with you. And why am I sharing a dream? It's just a dream. We all have dreams. It's because I've had this dream twice now, and it's progressed over 2 nights. And I see that less of a dream and more of a message that I need to share. So if I can just describe it for you. The scene, railway siding, short length of track, and on this track are a couple of railway cars, and they're on their bogies and wheels, and there's no carriage on top, just a flatbed, and there's a couple of them, and they're out there, grass is growing up, it's wild, and there's a pile of tyres there. That was the first night, but I got a strong feeling, stay away from this, don't get involved in this. Okay, it didn't mean anything the first night. Then last night, I dreamt about them again. And now they're there, but there's some axles nearby, some old axles nearby, which I saw. The tyres which were there have now become a big pile of what looks like mats. But again, this feeling, don't get involved with this. So I woke up this morning thinking this has got to be a message of some kind, because it's been really lucid and I've dreamt about it twice, which never happens. Some dreams you want to happen twice. You dream about being with a beautiful woman and no, that never happens twice, at least not to me. But this dream, stay away from these. What can it mean? And then I considered looking around the world at what's happening now, and especially in the West and Western governments, so-called Christian countries run by Christian people, and the absolute hypocrisy of our leaders when we deal with things. And I figured that this train that I need to stay away from is the hypocrisy of plastic Christianity. These represent plastic Christians. And when I say plastic Christians, I mean the kind of people that use Christianity as a comfort blanket. They wrap themselves in it. I'm a Christian. All while secure in their own little lives. And yeah, they may give occasionally to charity. But by and large, they stick with their own. They look down on people who are worse off than them. And they do nothing. In America, you have school shooting after school shooting after school shooting. And what do the politicians and celebrities do? You're in our thoughts. We'll send our prayers. How about actually doing something? How about being a Christian? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Love thy neighbour is about loving everybody. Not just those who look like, sound like, and pray like you do. That's not Christianity. Love thy God. Love Jesus, try to be like Jesus. Very basic things that we can do. And once we buy into that and realise what it actually means to be a Christian, the more likely we are to start trying to be like Jesus, helping the poor, helping the oppressed. Actually doing something about trying to save lives, rather than seeing the right to own a gun as being more important than somebody else's right to life. How did we get to this state of affairs? And I'll tell you how. It's because powerful people buy politicians to say what they want, because the system is so utterly corrupt. And yet these corrupt people claim to be Christian. And that's exactly what this train represents. Christianity in the Western world has become rusty. It's become stale. It's going nowhere on a short piece of track. And the more the system continues to be like this, the more those cars are going to rust. And I open the mats and find the towels and the clothing and the aid that's not being distributed. People feel so powerless because we're taught to be powerless. People in America feel they need to have guns because they're taught to live in fear. It's as simple as that. And that is a fear that Donald Trump exploited to become president. People are afraid, and when people are afraid, they will look to the person who promises everything's going to be all right. But nobody says, oh, you've got to do something. People go, oh, hang on a minute. No, it's not my job. I'm not doing anything. We're electing you to do that. We want you to do something. And therein lies the problem. We elect corrupt politicians bought by the 700 or 800 billionaires in America who control the country's oligarchs. Christianity doesn't have a chance, except it does. If we embrace Jesus, if we embrace love thy neighbour, we realise that these people are not acting in our best interests. The majority has a voice. All it takes is a little bit every day in thought and deed. Is what I'm saying a Christian thing to do? And a lot of the time it won't be. And I'm exactly the same. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I have dark thoughts the same as anybody else. I'm rude to people the same as anybody else. The difference is I'm trying to be a better person, and most people don't, because they've got this blanket of I'm a Christian. Now, a lot of my followers on here at the moment are Christians in Pakistan, and they are real Christians. These are people out in the community, helping the poor, helping the distressed, trying to make a real difference. They're not secure in lives in the West, and we are incredibly lucky to be there. When Jesus delivered the Sermon on the Mount and talked about the Beatitudes, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. He was talking to a crowd of people disillusioned by society, who wanted something better, who looked for a leader. And he encouraged them to go away and talk to other people. And so his following grew. And people thought, this is the way. If we are truly to be Christians, we have to make a difference every day. Who can I help? Who can I offer a kind word to? It doesn't have to be some huge magnanimous gesture. Little things. Be more polite. Smile at people. Don't go into the store and say, I want this. Say, please, can I have? Be a nicer person. Sorry for that. It's been a bit of a cathartic rant, but I wanted to just pass on my dream about this train, because the train can be rebuilt. We can lay new track. We can build the cars. We can oil the wheels. We can put the aid onto the train, and we can get that train rolling. And that train should be rolling. And we can build the track long enough to go around the world, so that everybody gets a chance to get on board. Everybody gets a chance to get some of the help that it contains. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you and give you a fantastic week.